Hello, my name is Pauline and welcome to my lesson. In today's lesson, we're gonna learn how to make sentences in present perfect continuous. Obviously, we have to start with the formula, so how to make sentences using this tense, the present perfect continuous tense. So first, you have to start with the subject. So subject is generally something or somebody. So we need a person, an animal, whatever you need as a subject. Then we put have or has. And here you have to be very mindful of has, because you have to change the form have into has if it's the third person singular after she, he, it. It works the same way as in present simple, like she goes, he goes, but I like, right? So here again, the same rule applies. You have to put s after she, he, it. And because it's perfect tense, we need the third form of be. So like been, we need the form be. We got be was were been. So here we use the form been. And then after been, the last element of this tense is the verb with ing ending. So as with every continuous tense, you need a verb with ing ending, like working, living, singing, whatever. Here are some examples. I've been teaching English for over 20 years. She's been listening to this great band for 20 days. If you want to make the sentences negative, no problem. You simply put not after have or has. You don't have to change anything. You don't need to change any verbs or whatever. Just simply put not. First, you have to learn how to make positive sentences. When you mastered making those sentences positive, just make them negative, and that's all. Okay, so here are some examples. I haven't been teaching English for over 20 years. She hasn't been listening to this great band lately. With questions, it's a bit more problematic because here you have to invert the order, the natural order of the words. In English, it's very common. It's commonly called inversion because we inverted the word order in the sentence. So here, the element that always gets inverted here in this tense, it's going to be the auxiliary, so have or has. They go before subject, before the subject, right? So if the sentence is, I have been teaching English, so we have to put it before the subject. The auxiliary goes before the subject. So have I been teaching English? Have you been teaching English? How long have you been teaching English? I've been going to the gym more often since I've got more time. I've been to the gym twice this year. I've worked here all my life. I've been working here just for a few days. I've been teaching English for 20 years. I've taught English for 20 years. How long have you been learning English? How many tenses have you learned so far? I've read the book. I've been reading the book. I've been here for 2 days. I am here for 2 days. Okay, so now probably the most difficult part of the lesson, how to use the tense in context. So how to use the tense, the present perfect continuous, so that my sentences fit the context and sound natural. Well, it's always difficult when you're learning something new, right? But especially that English language got like, how many? 4 present tenses. We've got present simple, present continuous, present perfect simple, and present perfect continuous. So that's quite a lot to grasp, isn't it? Whereas in Polish, I'm Polish, so in Polish we've got 1 present tense. And with this 1 present tense, it's extremely difficult to learn our language. We native speakers of Polish, we've got problems with writing or saying those perfectly grammatically perfect sentences. Whereas in English, you've got 4 present tenses and everybody speaks English. But you have to bear in mind that this getting to know the rule, familiarizing yourself with the rule and a few sentences won't help you much with your language acquisition. I mean, what you really need is extensive exposure to the language itself. By this extensive exposure, I mean listening to music in English, watching YouTubers or whatever content you need to watch on whatever platform you want, but just do it in English. Read books only in English. So that's called the language exposure, and that's how you're gonna acquire the language naturally.